Welcome back to the Tigers Den podcast, guys. Before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad and hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. Woo, fam. Talk about a butt pucker. 42-37 in the Battle of Louisiana. Grambling State pulls it out in the last minute of the game. As you can see at halftime, it was 27-14, and then the defense clamped down, only giving up 10 points in the second half, but the offense was non-existent in the first quarter, but then in the second, third, and fourth, putting up 14 points. Taking a look at the players' stats, rough day for Cody Walker. 20 of 26, 284 yards, 1 touchdown, but he threw another 3 interceptions. I don't know what's going on with Cody. I feel like I'm not forcing the ball too much. But, man, he almost threw this game away. But when you have that man, Pierre Jackson in the backfield, you let him do what he does. 30 carries, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns on the day. He averaged 6 yards a carry. Man, like he really legit kept us in this game. Shout out to Cody. He had 76 yards and a touchdown. EOC came in and scored the game-winning touchdown. Man, the ground game is where it was at this week. Now, out wide, Antonio Walker led the way with 9 catches for 126 yards and a touchdown. I don't know what happened to A-Dub in the fourth quarter. I don't know if he was hurt or what, but he was not in the game for much of the fourth quarter. Mike Jones caught 4 balls for 72 yards. Sheldon Hicks 3 catches for 43 yards. Mike Harper 2 catches for 15. Tim Clark had 1 catch for 5, and EOC caught 1 ball for 23 yards. On defense, good Lord, they played awful. Awful. They could not stop anybody. I think we had 3 stops the entire game, and the biggest stop of the year was by our guy Andrew Benson. He had 2 interceptions, none bigger than that interception at the goal line. That was huge. If LSU scores there, we lose. And then he picks the ball off at the end at a Hail Mary, man. But let's go back to the top. Brian Chase led the way with 10 tackles. Shout out to Dan Bird, man. He had 2 sacks on the day. Travis Haley had an interception as well. Just a horrible showing for the G-Men's defense. Let's dig a little bit deeper into the stats. And it was close, man. Grambling had 34 first downs to 24. We had just over 110 yards, right, of total offense more than LSU. We outrushed them 293 to 138, but they outthrew us, though, man, 327 yards to 284. Their third down, they were 7 of 11 on third down. We were perfect inside the red zone. They went, 6 of 7 in the red zone. We both had 3 turnovers, but the turnover that hurt them the most was that turnover at the goal line. Andrew Benson with the interception. So after that nail-biter, Grambling State is still your number 1 team. Army is in at 2. Bama is 3. Florida State in at 4. Arizona State in at 5. Miami is 6. Penn State 7. TCU in at 8. West Virginia is 9. And Texas moves up a spot to 10. So it's time to hit the recruiting trail, and it was a big week for Grambling State. Starting things off, we get Brian Hall, the wide receiver from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. He's 6'2", 206. And this kid is solid, man, 93 speed. He needs to work on his agility at 77. Acceleration is a 91. He needs to work on his hands, 74 catch, but the route running is there, 87 route running. The spec catch and release, catching traffic, all can be worked on. We'll probably redshirt him. He is a JUCO transfer, so we'll have time to mold him into a solid wide receiver. And then we get our outside linebacker. Charlie Logan is staying close to home. The 6'4", 234-pounder is a 4-star, and he could develop and be something special, man. 83 speed, 76 agility, 98 acceleration, 75 tackles, 79 hit power. He's got pursuit, play rec. He can get off of blocks. He has some zone coverage. He reminds me a lot of Brian Chase, stats-wise, trait-wise. Size-wise, he's not even close, but trait-wise, he's there. I would think in like 2 to 3 years, he could be a stud outside linebacker for us. But we make a huge splash, getting the number 1 defensive end in the country. This is Glenn Bell, 6'3", 239 pounds from Florida. And we keep the DN legacy alive with this kid, man. 85 speed, 88 acceleration, 79 power move, 86 finesse move, 79 block shed. He can tackle. He's got great hit power and pursuit. He could be the next stud defensive end to come from Grambling State. So to the top of the board we go. We are in a battle for the other defensive end that we're looking at. This is Joshua Scott from Michigan. He just had his visit to Purdue, and he moved the Boilermakers to his number 1 team. We're also in the battle for the number 1 tackle in this class, Lawrence Andrews, the 6'4", 276-pound 5-star from Texas. Right now he has his hometown Longhorns and Arkansas State just above GSU. Cornerback Marcus Clark from Colorado has GSU as his number 1 team above Texas, Ohio State, Nebraska, and A&M by a large margin. We're still in a battle for athlete Derek Watson. He has Notre Dame as his number 1 team. Defensive tackle Darius Hollis, the 6'2", 322-pounder. He's a 4-star from Montana. He's got a visit coming up next week when we play Florida State, but he's got a huge lead for GSU right now over Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma State, and BYU. And then there's Nick Crowell, the safety from South Carolina. His lead is starting to grow over Bama, East Carolina, Nebraska, and Florida State. If we can get him in, he'll add great depth to this already solid secondary. So with those 3 signings this week, we move back up to the number 2 recruiting class in the country behind Miami. We've got 2 5-stars, 7 4-stars, and 5 3-stars. Now, if you guys want to stay up to date with everything GSU, make sure you guys hit those links down in my description and follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. So we're winding down season 9, and we hit the road to Norman, Oklahoma to take on the Sooners. Right now they're 7-3, coming in on a 4-game winning streak. But here's a look at their schedule. They lost to TCU at the beginning of the year, beat Texas Tech, turned around and lost to Baylor, beat an FCS school, beat Nebraska, then lost to Texas in overtime in the Red River rivalry, but then beat Kansas, OK State, Kansas State, and Iowa State. Oklahoma's led by senior QB Brad Jackson. He's thrown for 2,729 yards, 26 touchdowns with 10 interceptions. And this is a big boy, man, 6'4", 224. And this isn't even fair. He's that big with these traits. 87 speed, 94 acceleration, 88 agility. He's got 94 throw power, 99 accuracy. He's got a 66 break tackle, 49 trucking, 80 awareness. Jeez, this is not even fair, man. Brian Chase, Cedric Turner, we need big games this week, guys. In the backfield, they have a true freshman running back, John Crum. He's carried the ball 86 times for 442 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he is hurt this week. So Brad Jackson is second on the team in rushing, 116 carries for 391 yards and 5 scores. Then there's the backup freshman running back, Matt Bryant, 57 carries for 274 and 5 scores. And their other running back, who is actually the starter, is Buck Bush. He's a senior, 36 carries for 196 yards and a score, and he's hurt. So it sounds like we got to key in on Brad Jackson this week and make Matt Bryant beat us. Out wide, the Sooners are led by Kyle Austin. He's got 66 grabs for 939 yards and 11 touchdowns. Second on the team is Will Turner. He's got 54 catches for 689 and 6 scores. And then the tight end is Robert Williams, 33 grabs for 399 and 4 scores. Another solid wide out here, Kenny Johnson, 30 grabs for 454 and 4 scores. And their other tight end, the second tight end, Brian Parks, 20 catches, 221 and 2 scores. This offense looks dangerous. Maybe if we could shut down the passing game and make them key in on running, we might be able to sneak out of Oklahoma with the dub. But if you know anything about Oklahoma football, you know their defense is always beastly. They're led by right outside linebacker James Chambers. He's a senior right outside linebacker, 86 tackles on the season. Then there's Josh Gibson, the left outside linebacker. He's got 62 tackles. And at right end is Casey Evans. He's got 44 tackles. In the QB pressure department, Casey Evans leads the way with 6.5 sacks. Then you have James Chambers. He's got 3.5. Middle linebacker Jeff Davis, he has 3.5 sacks. So does D tackle James Anderson. Left outside linebacker Will Banks, he's got 3 sacks. Then you have David Davis, the left defensive end. He's got 1.5 sacks. Free safety Jason Nelson has a sack. Right end John Wagner has a sack, and so does left outside linebacker Josh Gibson. In the turnover department, Lavelle Harper leads the team with 3 interceptions. He's a strong safety. At corner is Lee Clifford. He's got 2 interceptions, but he's hurt. Another corner here, Blake Mack. He's got 2 interceptions. So does left outside linebacker Will Banks. And quarterback Alan Brewer has 2 interceptions. Corner Jason Burrell and left outside linebacker Josh Gibson both have 1. All right, man, let's dig a little bit deeper into this tough Oklahoma squad. So Brad Jackson is a 99 overall. Then at running back, Buck Bush is hurt. So is John Crum. So their third-string running back, who's a true freshman, he gets the start, 86 speed. At wide receiver, Kyle Austin's an 87 overall with 95 speed. Then you have Kenny Johnson. He's an 82 overall with 84 speed. Will Turner, 81 overall with 86 speed. Kellen Webb, 77 overall with 89 speed. And Sidney Steele, a 77 overall with 85 speed. Tight end is Robert Williams. He's an 83 overall with 78 speed. And then you have Brian Parks, who's a 76 overall with 82 speed. Left tackle is Nelson Allen. He's an 84 overall. Then you have Edward Davis at left guard. He's a 71 overall, true freshman. At center is Kevin Gilliam. He's an 88 overall. At right guard is Brandon Kelly. He's a 76 overall, but he's hurt this week. And then at right tackle is Corey Maxwell. He's an 80 overall. I'm going to look at their depth chart to see who's going to be starting at that right guard position. So because their right guard is hurt, that means their backup left tackle, Brandon Woods, gets the start. He's a 76 overall. All right, taking a look at the Sooners defense, David Davis leads the way at left end. He's a 77 overall with 69 speed. At right end is Casey Evans, 6'2", 255. He's an 82 overall with 80 speed. At D tackle is James Anderson. He's a big boy, 6'4", 276. He's an 81 overall. Then Robbie Little is his backup. He's an 80 overall with 52 speed. Then they have another senior here, Isaiah Thorne. He's a 79 overall. They are deep at linebacker. Josh Gibson is the left outside linebacker. He's a 91 overall with 90 speed, 91 acceleration. Then you have Will Banks, the star of this defense. He's a junior, 89 overall, 88 speed, 82 strength, 79 agility, 99 acceleration. Then you have another junior, Joel Sapp, 81 overall, 87 speed. At middle linebacker is Jeff Davis, true sophomore, 76 overall with 83 speed and 92 acceleration. And the captain of the defense is James Chambers. He's an 89 overall senior with 84 speed and 85 acceleration. In the secondary, they have Blake Mack, a senior, 84 overall with 93 speed, 86 acceleration. Then you have Alan Brewer, an 83 overall with 89 speed and 86 acceleration. Lee Clifford, an 83 overall with 93 speed, 91 agility, and 88 acceleration is hurt. So that means you'll see Jason Burrell, a redshirt freshman, 81 overall with 93 speed and 89 acceleration. And then a senior corner here, Greg Elliott, 80 overall with 90 speed, 85 agility, 93 acceleration. At free safety, they have a thumper in Joe Powers. He's an 84 overall with 85 speed, 89 acceleration. His backup is Jason Nelson, a true sophomore, 83 overall with 88 speed. And then another freshman here, Keith Beck, 82 overall with 88 speed. Then at strong safety, Lavelle Harper leads the team in interceptions. He's a 74 overall with 86 speed and 85 acceleration. So their defense is not as great as I thought it was. They have solid linebackers, but their secondary is very weak. I need Cody Walker to have a big game this week. No turnovers is what I'm looking for. We know Pierre's going to get his yards, but I want Cody and Antonio to have big days this week. And Kurt agrees with me. He's picking GSU to beat Oklahoma at Oklahoma this week, man. If you guys agree, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And we'll talk from Norman as we take on the number 15th ranked Oklahoma Sooners. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.